Good day, everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday edition of the Vise Squad. My name is Ryan. I'm your Wednesday host. And here we are. We're going to tie a Christmas fly today that we could call it a Christmas John or a candy cane John or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a blinged out copper John, two-tone copper wire, bunch of flashy stuff in there. Fun little bug, I think. Anyway, the Vise Squad, brought to you by our sponsors. That's the Anadromous Fly Company and Fly Life Co. You can find all the great stuff that they sell on fishingandoutdoors.ca for Canadian residents and .net for our U.S. friends and international friends as well. You can find the stores. There's a tab on the left-hand side that says specialty stores and sponsors. You can find a link to their stores via our store right there. Anyway, on to today's bug. So in the vise, we have got a size 12 wet fly hook. It's an R7 hook from Fly Life. And I've got this is a white and red mottled bead. It's a fire hole bead is what it's from. That's in a 1/8, and we're gonna use some 70 denier red UTC, which will start behind the bead. Got a few wraps in there, and then we'll grab our scissors, which are laying here somewhere. So we'll take our thread, and we're gonna wind it down to the bend. And just above the bend, I'm just gonna create a little ball of thread, and then we'll put our thread back in front of that, and that's gonna help splay the biot legs out. And we're gonna use some white goose biots here for the legs. And I always like to put them opposing. So there's a, pardon me, a bit of a curve to the biot feather, and you want those curves to touch each other so that they splay away from each other. And we'll put those legs on there. You don't need them too long, maybe a little wider than the hook gap. And then I'm just going to advance my thread towards the front and just cinch those biots down. Just want to make sure they're not rolling around the hook, which they will have a little tendency to do. You can see it's rolled just a touch on me here. Let's see if we can fix it when we go back down here. You want to just wind that thread right down to that thread dam. That's not too bad. And then they'll splay apart. It's sitting a little high on the hook, but not that big a deal. All right. So we're going to have two colors of wire on this versus one like a normal copper john. So I've got some size small red and some size Brassie in white. So two different sizes. You could make them the same, probably not going to make a lick of difference. So I'm going to tie those both in on my side of the hook. And I want that to go right down the side nice and straight. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a slight taper up towards the front here. I'm going to leave about a bead width, maybe a little better than a bead width, behind here for our thorax. So we'll just get Rick to kick this into high gear, and we'll build a tapered body here. So I've got a little tapered body. Now we're just going to grab these wires and we're just going to start wrapping them. Now the advantage to using red thread here is that if a bit shows through it, so it's going to sort of show like wire. But ideally, what you want to do is just get those thread wraps nice and tight and touching. Right. And once we've come that far, we'll just grab our thread. Tie that off, and we'll just spin those out of there. All right. Next, what I'm going to do is I've got some, this is some size 10 or maybe it's medium opal flash. And I'm going to use that as like a flashback. So we'll grab that and make sure that it's sort of right in line with the body. Like so. Next, we're going to use some Peacock Curl here. So I've got a couple chunks of Peacock Curl. I don't like that one. All right. Pardon me. I always snip about the last inch of it off because it's just really brittle and fine anyway. So we'll tie that in by what's left of the tip there. And just gently tie it in back to where that Mylar is. And we'll leave our thread at the front. Next we'll just wrap this around. Oopsies. Shake, rattle, and roll. So we'll build a nice little thorax there. And we'll just grab that. A couple times is probably ample. And we'll snip that out. Next we'll take, no, we'll do our little legs first here. So for the legs on the side, I'm going to use some white pheasant tail, and I'll just grab 8 or 10 pieces of that. And we'll tie it in right down the side. We'll snip that out. And then we'll grab another chunk. We'll do the same on the other side. You just want to make sure that they're just about the same length, or thereabouts. And we'll snip that one out. Next we'll grab that Mylar and we'll pull it forward, being sure you don't trap any of those little legs in there. And you just want to kind of hold it and give it a little pressure forward just to keep it nice and tight. And then once you get your thread on there, you can cinch it down. And we'll snip that out, and we're going to grab our whip finish tool here. And we'll do a few turns. Might do another one, why not? A little bit of a red hot spot in the back there. And we'll get rid of our thread. Next I'm going to grab some Solarez thin. We're going to make a little wing case on the back. You just want to make sure you go all the way over that Mylar, and that'll really help that Mylar it'll make it shimmer like crazy. And we'll just cure that. Like so. And that's our Christmas John, candy cane John, call it what you want. Fancy copper John. Yeah, so that's our Christmas fly this year. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button and the bell beside it. and give us a thumbs up. And we appreciate those too. And comments, we love comments, and I really like to interact with all of you guys that watch on a regular basis. It makes it all worthwhile. At any rate, I'm Ryan again. This is Wednesday edition of the Vise Squad. Please check out fishingandoutdoors.ca and .net. It's Canadian, international, and US. And you can see our sponsors. That's the Anadromous Fly Company and Fly Life Co. And while we're at it, because it's Christmas, I do want to wish every one of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I would really, really like to thank Rick, Adam, and Bryce from the Vise Squad and Goes to 11. You guys are awesome teammates. Herb, Phil, and Jay with Anadromous. You guys are fantastic. I can't appreciate what you guys do for us enough. And Ron with Fly Life Co., you are an awesome individual, my friend, and I genuinely appreciate what you guys do for all of us. At any rate, everyone, take care. Thank you.